All right, guys, Ken Blumberg here, your all-American realtor, looking back at the numbers that matter in January. And we're also going to talk about the great American melt-up at the end of the video, because I am going to go through the numbers pretty quickly today. So you're going to have to stay tuned to the end of this video for my breakdown about what's happening and what you need to do to protect yourself in this massive melt-up that we're experiencing. So as you probably know by now, all the numbers that I'm bringing to you are from the Las Vegas realtors from their January market reports. So let's dive into it and see what happened in January 2021. Okay, so the first set of numbers we're going to look at is the median sales price. This means half of the homes sold for more and half sold for less. So the median sales price in January is still $345,000, which is, again, it's nice to see the home prices not skyrocketing as fast as they did last year, because I think we need a slowdown so we don't have the melt up that I mentioned at the beginning of the video. But we'll dive into that at the end of the video. But what do you think is going to happen with prices? Do you think this year is going to be a banner year for sales prices? And do you think it's healthy, or do you think it's not healthy to have prices melting up like we do? Leave it in the comments below and leave me a like on this video. Okay, so let's proceed. So that median sales price of $345,000 is still up by 13.1% from the year prior, which is really astounding. I mean, if you do the math on a 10% appreciation, a $300,000 home that started out in January, by the end of the year, it is now $330,000. So really incredible. So even though the median sales price did not go up month over month, the new listings that are hitting the market are hitting the market at $359,000 median sales price. So sellers and agents are anticipating, again, this massive inflation. So it's just something to be aware of if you're going out to home shop, or if you're selling. You have to really understand how that appreciation is going to affect prices, because there are not a lot of comparable sales out there to get a good solid sales price. All right, guys, so the next number we're going to talk about is effective months of availability. We are sitting at a 0.9 month level of inventory. So that means at the current sales level, everything that is on the market will be absorbed in less than a month. As you might remember from my last market report, we were already at 14-year lows. So it's really incredible to see this kind of restriction in the number of homes on the market. So 0.9% of monthly inventory is down 10.5% from last month. And it's down a massive 52.2% from the year prior. It's just incredible to see. And the incredible appreciation that we're seeing is probably why people that are not able to make their mortgages are still holding on, because they figure the prices are going up faster than the bills that they are delinquent, which is quite a disaster that our economic policy of printing money is getting us into. So those are all the numbers that I think you need to know right now. I mean, there's a lot of other stuff going on, but let's wrap it up and put a bow on it. My opinion about the market has actually changed quite a bit. Most people probably don't realize the last time around, the government allowed rampant loan fraud. They allowed people to get in with no money down. They allowed people to buy homes with very risky loans. And that all wound up in a massive catastrophe, right? Causing huge pain, huge suffering. And it was a horrible situation for almost everybody. During that time, corporations came in very large numbers Thank God for the corporations, right? They are our friends. They were the savior of the market that crashed because the government, they allowed such reckless loans to be made. So thank God for the corporations and the government that allowed them to buy up all these homes. The only good part about that, in truth, is the fact that many of the homes here in Southern Nevada are paid for cash through corporations or private investors. So that's one of the reasons we might not see a huge market correction. But in this situation with the CV virus that was going around, the market absolutely, without question, would have crashed if the government did not come in and start buying mortgage-backed securities, because nobody wanted to lend, because as most people know, unemployment spiked to massive levels that we have not seen since the Great Recession and the Great Depression. So in response, this time around, the government did not wait for the market to crash. Now, is that a good thing or is that a bad thing? I don't know just yet. I'm still trying to figure it out with the rest of America. But what I do know is the price inflation that we are seeing is in direct correlation to the money printing that's going on. The party is just getting started. And as the government said that we want to bridge the gap between the haves and have-nots, and they say that they're going to do everything in their power to do that. But when you print money and you give it to everybody, to the corporations who didn't save any money, who took the money off the table, put it in their pockets, unlike a regular business person like you or I, or any mom and pop store that has to keep savings for a rainy day to survive, those businesses pulled all the money off the table and then they waited for another downturn in the economy. Now, no one could predict what happened, but of course they went back to Uncle Sam and said, hey, we're desperate, we can't make it, give us money, and the government cranked it up for them, no problem. You know, of course, Americans got checks, which is the only good thing that I think happened with the stimulus. Give it to people who really need it. But in the printing of that money, you devalue the dollar and you send any asset prices, which means gold, Bitcoin, and homes, and anything that has intrinsic value, you send those prices up, which is called a melt up. So the main difference, the government hit the printing presses before the markets crashed this time around, which again made all the difference in the prices. We also have things going on like massive migration from California to New York, all the states that taxes were already insane, with the promise of higher taxes to fix the deficits that we are now experiencing. So what do I think is going to happen? Probably for a year or two, we're going to continue to see the melt up and prices are going to skyrocket in Southern Nevada. So to put that in perspective, when you have a $1 million home 1 year from January 1st, that $1 million home at 10% appreciation is going to be $1,100,000. So if you're looking to buy a home, you probably need to do everything you possibly can to get in soon, get in early, to see that appreciation. If you're playing the long game, that's harder to visualize what's going to happen. Are more homes going to come on the market? Are there going to be massive foreclosures and short sales? Probably not, because again, we are so heavily cash owned and there are many people that have appreciation, and we have the mass migration coming to Southern Nevada. So chances are those homes will be absorbed. We might see some kind of price correction or maybe a compressed buying window. And hopefully the government doesn't see fit to have the corporations rescue us once again and give them massive numbers of homes like they did in the last financial crisis, where they sold blocks of homes to Wall Street. Hopefully, in their divine wisdom, that they see fit to actually put some laws on the books to finally protect homeowners and home buyers, regular Americans, so they can get in a home and they can actually bridge the wealth gap and experience what it is to be a homeowner. So guys, a little bit of a rant at the end. If you're feeling a little tension like I am, please leave a comment. What do you think is going to happen? What do you think the government should do other than spend more money and increase our deficit? If you have any ideas, leave them in the comments. Again, Ken Blumberg, your all-American realtor, bringing you the truth of what's happening. I think we need a lot more transparency and a lot more honesty in the real estate market throughout the government and with one another. We're all in this together, hopefully, and we want to take care of each other. So if you like this video, please like it. If you want to leave a comment, please do so. It helps me tremendously. Please share this video. And if you want to speak to me personally, just give me a call or send me an email. I'm always available. I love helping people. I've been doing this for 15 years. I didn't just get into real estate. So right now you need the facts, and I am happy to provide them to you. All right. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next video.